Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 659. Let's see if I can bring that down a little bit. There we go. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 659, and we are here live in Southwest Florida in my beautiful tropical backyard. If you are joining me live, please say hello. Hi, Julie. Hi, Diane. Good morning, Grace and Val, Lisa, Naomi. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Cindy. What day is today? Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hi, Barbara, Marcia, Thea, Carrie, Judy, Thea, Lisa. Hi, Joe, Wendy, Kathy. Hi, Jill, Christine, Irene. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Marcia, Mariana. Hi, Constance. Welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. So glad you could take time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me to chat about yarn and stuff. Hi, Julia. I'm glad you could catch me live as well. Hi, Rita. Good morning. Hi, Nora Sue. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Pat. Thank you. Who said they recognized my shawl? Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, I'm wearing my finished Giada crochet shawl this morning. For some reason, my camera won't go low enough for you to see it. Oh, maybe I need to sit back further. Is that better? And then I won't be able to see the camera. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Anyway, I am wearing my finished Giada crochet shawl this morning. It is a one ball project in Be So Fine Bling yarn, which is one of my #1 fingering weight yarns, which means, and it's the lowest yardage of all my #1 fingering weight yarns. So because it's a one ball project in this yarn, it is thereby also a one ball project in any of my #1 fingering weight yarns, which would be So Fine, Be So Lush, and then Be So Fine Bling, both in silver and gold thread. Hi, Nora. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Marcia wore her Giada yesterday. Awesome. It's a half circle shawl, and I've clipped it with one of my little butterfly clips. You know how handy dandy I think my butterfly clips are. And I'm wearing it with the jumpsuit romper that I love from Amazon. I thought the contrast between the black jumper and the black jumpsuit, jumpsuit or romper, not jumper. Jumper means something different. I thought the contrast between the lighter yarn and the darker underlayer would really show the stitches very well. I know in the photos that I did for the shawl, you can't see the stitches that well, but I really love the backlit light of the glass block wall on the white dress, and I thought it shared a vibe about it that was just so romantic and ethereal that that's what I went with the look for the shawl. But I should have done another set of photos showing the definition of the stitches, and I will be doing that as well. So today's the first day of you seeing more of those stitches. Just, oh man, I just think this is so pretty. Wouldn't it be pretty as a circular shawl too? I feel like maybe redoing it where you combine both halves of this to create a circular medallion shawl or afghan. Imagine doing this in baby maybe and doing the full circle instead of the half circle and making a medallion blanket. That would be beautiful. Or you could do the full circular shawl, like doing both halves of this if you could visualize that from the charts, fine. If you can't, it would require a separate pattern for sure. But even still, as a half circle, what a gorgeous, yes, lovely as a tablecloth too, if it was circular. But as a half circle, it makes a beautiful shawl that also doubles as a little capelet. When you add a butterfly clip, I want to mark both sides correctly. Because I'm not in front of a mirror, I'm trying to mark both sides evenly so I know where to add my clip. And that's a little too high. Maybe I'll try it. We have to bring it down a little bit, we will. I think I like it a little lower. I'm going to try clipping it here instead. When I clip a half circle shawl, I like to clip it a little lower so that it's off my shoulders, and then it has more of a capelet vibe, which is again a whole other way to wear something. I love it when we have options for wearing one piece in many ways. So we've talked about this several times before, where you could wrap this from the back to the front and bring the tails around, so you could make it a cowl or a scarf look. You could wear it traditionally as a half circle shawl, and then when you clip it with the little butterfly clip or any clip that you might have, or a shawl pin, you get this capelet look, which is really cute too. Can I show you sideways? I guess you want me to stand up maybe? Well then, see how far do I have to back up? Oh, I don't have to back up that far. So you can see I have on my little jumpsuit and added the half circle shawl as a capelet by clipping it right here. If you were going out to lunch or dinner, I think it would be so cute. Put on some cute shoes and some cute earrings, and you've got a full outfit. Put the shawl on sideways. I'm not sure what you mean. You mean doing it like this? Because you could clip it like that as well, or you could tie it on the side, but it also looks cute like that too. And you could even go all the way over, and then it looks more like a poncho. Oh, hold on. Could definitely make it look like a one-arm cold shoulder poncho too. Let me just figure out where I clip. This is so much easier to do in front of a mirror, where you can see where to, I want it to be clipped at the same spot so that these are the same length. And the only way to do that really well is in front of a mirror, or laying it out on your bed or a table. But this is a really cute way to wear it as well. If you turn it on its side, one arm is out, one arm is in. You've got that diagonal line that's very flattering. I'm going to stand up so you can see this as well. Really great way to showcase that incredible edging. Also, isn't that great? I would totally wear it like this too. Yeah, this really showcases the edging very well. I mean, wearing it over a dark underlayer is going to showcase the edging no matter how you wear it. Can you make it longer? Sure, you could make it longer. My goal was to make it a one-ball project, so I figured it out to make it, my concern was making it a one-ball project for any of my #1 fingering weight yarns. But if you wanted to make this longer, you absolutely could. I would do the part 2 middle section several more rows before starting the edging, and that's how you could make it longer. Yeah. And obviously it would take more yarn, so you'd have to adjust your yardage accordingly. All right, I don't know if I missed any questions while that was going on. I know Judy's been sharing links, so thank you for that. And if we haven't gotten to your questions, feel welcome to repeat them or ask them later in the recorded comments where I get notified of those. Of course, my glasses are smudgy. When will be my next video? Well, funny that you should mention that. I brought out a bunch of stuff this morning to show and tell, and I know I grabbed it, but where did I put it? So here it is right in front of me. So I've been waiting on an order from Amazon because my next video is going to be a tutorial for the Roxy knit cowl. And the reason I wanted to wait on an order from Amazon is that I bought the 9mm knitting needles in size 40-inch length so that I could show you how to do magic loop on the cowl. I could have just done it on my smaller circulars, which is what I knitted on in the first place, but because I really want to teach the magic loop option as well, because I know a lot of you that have been sharing with me that you're not familiar with magic loop. And so even though I did a tutorial video already this week or last week, recently anyway, I did a tutorial video on Magic Loop. I know that the best way to learn is to see something in a variety of different angles or in a variety of different applications. That's why when we talk about the way my teaching style, I always try to make sure that there are written instructions, there are charts, and there are video tutorials, because everybody learns in a different way, and it is the unique combination of the different teaching styles, whether it's audio, visual, or tactical. There are all the other ways. There are all different ways that everybody learns, and so for me, the most effective way that I can be a teacher is to share my teaching style in as many applications as possible. And that's why I teach in all those different formats for every pattern. I feel like it gives everybody the best opportunity to learn. So, having said that, I thought that because I want to continue teaching Magic Loop, the best way to continue teaching it is to continue showing it in a variety of ways. So the next video will be on the Roxy knit cowl, which is going to be showing you not only how to do it on Magic Loop, because you already know, if you already know how to knit in the round, you already know how to knit in the round on a smaller circular. So I'm going to teach you how to do it on the Magic Loop with the 9mm knitting needles that are 40-inch length, and I'm also going to be showing you how to change color to create this beautiful gradient effect. So the other interesting feature of this pattern is that by combining 3 strands of Be So Baby yarn together, we have the ability to create our own custom-made gradient yarn, which is so fun. Gradient yarn's amazing, and you can buy all sorts of gradient yarns already made up for you. But what about if you want to make your own custom gradient and pick your own colors? Well, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. And what I've already shown you in the pattern is that it is very easy to make your own gradient yarn when you choose to use 3 strands of any color together. This would be more subtle with more strands and less subtle with less strands. Like, we could have done it with 2 strands, right? 2 strands of the first color, then 1 strand each of the 2 different colors, and then 2 strands of the second color. And with 3 strands, it's 3 strands of the first color, 2 strands of A, 1 strand of B, 2 strands of B, 1 strand of A, 2 strands of B, and 3 strands of B. Now think about it. If you did 4 strands, it would get even more subtle. You'd start with 4 strands of A, 3 strands of A with 1 strand of B, 2 strands of A with 2 strands of B, 1 strand of A with 3 strands of B, and then 4 strands of B. And then think about it. If we went to 5 strands, it would get even more subtle. So this might be a great way to do an Afghan or even a larger project. You would start with 5 strands of A, 4 strands of A, 1 strand of B, 3 strands of A, 2 strands of B, 2 strands of A, 3 strands of B, 1 strand of A, 4 strands of B, and then 5 strands of B. That was fun to do. I hope that was a good visual to help you understand how and why you're changing color, because that's what gives you this subtle color difference. And look at, I mean, it's obvious that they are 2 strikingly different colors when you look at the 2 sections where they are solid in one color and the other. This one happened to be done in Be So Baby yarn in color bubblegum and watermelon. I'm gonna try it on so you can see how cute it looks when it drapes. So it's a generous size cowl too. I think it's 28 inches round by 14 inches tall, which gives you the ability to let it drape like this. Also, the pattern's reversible, so even if it did start falling over like that, it's still pretty. But look at the color change. Ugh! This makes me so excited. I just love it. And think about it. This is super bulky weight, right? We've held 3 strands of Be So Baby yarn together. You'd think that it would be stiff at this point, but no, look at that drape. That's with 3 strands of baby on a 9mm needle, and you still have drape for days. I love that. Between the contrast colors, the gradient, and the drape for days, yeah, that's a winner in my book. So does anybody have, let's see. Thank you for the links, Judy. Judy's adding live links to the chat if anybody wants these links right now. All right, then I was going to give you some more updates this morning too, but I'll wait a second and make sure there aren't any other questions first. Oh, I got questions yesterday about asking me to modify my existing patterns to make them fit my miniature mannequin. And I have to say I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be doing that. However, I can tell you if you really wanted to make the Brooklyn shawl to fit a mini mannequin like I did, I simply stopped at the second section of motifs. So there's the first motif, the first triangular band, the second set of motifs. Now in the original shawl you would do a second triangular band and a third row of motifs. So how this worked to fit on my mini mannequin was just to stop it earlier and think about it. The best way, the easiest way to modify any top-down increasing design is to just stop when you're reached the size you want. So I can give you that type of a suggestion for this particular pattern, but the suggestion that I got yesterday was asking if I would remake my patterns to fit the mannequin. And I don't see myself doing that anytime soon, so I just wanted to be honest about that. But anytime something makes sense for showing you simply how to modify for that, I can definitely give you the oral description like I did just now, where you would just stop at the size that you like. Oh, I think there's a side going. Well, good, Kim. I'm glad that my little finger demo helped you for gradients. Hi, Vamala. Both of these would be cute over a swimsuit. I agree. Yes. Any drapey shawl, any drapey lace shawl would look super cute as a sarong over a bathing suit. I've demoed it many times. I've worn them many times. They work great. Sometimes it makes more sense to tie at the corner, and sometimes it makes more sense to do it like so imagine if this was my waist right here. You would clip on the side of your waist and have this one side open. So either way works. It depends on the size of the shawl and the size of the waist. Judy has provided links for what I'm wearing, Kelly. She's provided links for the jumpsuit that I have on. She's provided links for the Giada crochet shawl. And she has provided links for the butterfly clip and for the Kelly earrings. Yes, I have shared 40-inch circular knitting needles by Adi Turbo in my Amazon shop. That's correct. So you could click on any of them, and if I don't have the 9mm in there, from that link you could then change the size that you want. But I have shared the 40-inch length circulars from Adi Turbo. They are definitely my favorite knitting needles. Crystal. Crystal ordered a book, or books. I'm not sure what she's, yeah, Crystal, if you're looking for any of my yarns, you can find them on my website. Judy just shared another link for the 40-inch circulars. Does anybody have any other questions? If not, I'm going to start showing my updates on things that I know everybody's excited to see more information about. Let's see, just have to be careful to not unravel my stuff. So last night I finished the shoulders on my Giselle top in Be So Baby yarn. So I finished the shoulders and started my first sleeve. So we are definitely making some major progress on this top. I tried it on this morning, and I really like the sleeve at this length. It comes to about here, which is a traditional short sleeve. And you know, I really like sleeveless things. I prefer the way this looks over this. And because you would just keep making the sleeve longer to make it long sleeves, I think I'm going to make this that short sleeve version. And then obviously if you wanted to make it long sleeve, you would just continue on in pattern. You also would have the option of not adding sleeves and having that tank top version. But I have to tell you that this sleeve length was very, very attractive when I tried it on. So that's what I'm going with. I will be casting off very soon I'm going to figure out what makes sense for an edging on this. Probably just a row of double crochet. I want it to be nice and simple. The elaborate edging is at the end, and I think it would be way too busy to add that to the sleeve as well, so I'm going to do something simple here. But again, you would have 3 different options. With this one, you'll be able to do the tank top strap, the short sleeve, or a long sleeve, and it's just beautiful. I tried it on this morning and I was very, very happy with what I saw. So that one's coming along. I've got the charts done, written instructions have begun, so definitely on the way to getting finished. Probably will be done within 2 weeks, I would say. That would be my guess. And then yesterday, when we were talking about, actually yesterday on the podcast, we were talking about how the Brooklyn shawl might be a great candidate for, no, I used Be So Sporty yarn for Giselle. That's colorway Sun-Kissed Yellow in Be So Sporty yarn. So when we were talking about modification options with the Brooklyn shawl yesterday, I said it might be a really great candidate for making a square baby blanket and working all the way around the motif and just instead of 2 sides. So I picked up a ball of Be So Baby yarn in colorway Birthday Cake, which I thought you might like to see how that variegated yarn works up. So here's what it looks like in the ball, which you can see on my website. And I wanted to show you how it is working up and how cute it is. So the Brooklyn shawl would have gone from here to here to make a triangle in rows, and instead I went all the way around the motif in that same stitch pattern and created 4 corners to make a soft square. So I'm going to make this probably somewhere in the 30-inch range. So I want the finished blanket to be somewhere between 36 and 40 inches square. So I will probably, what would that mean? That's about 4 inches. So I'll probably make this 4, 8. I could end this somewhere around 28 inches, 28 to 32 inches to end up getting so that when I add my floral border like this, I'm going to add a floral border like this. To this, it'll end up being 36 to 40 inches square. And I have to tell you, this is going to be a really quick project, which would be a great pattern to have on hand when you need a quick baby blanket to make. And I think it's going to be so graphic with the flowers here and the flower on the edge. Giselle is crochet, Kim. The yellow top is crochet. So this one is in progress, and then I've been back burnering this one for the longest time. And this is the Apollonia wrap that's coming soon. Is that the front? Yeah. I've been back burnering this one for the longest time because I haven't decided what I wanted to do for these holes here on the edge. And it turns out I think it makes the most sense to do a triangle version of this square, which is the opposite of what we've just talked about in the Brooklyn shawl. We've gone from a triangle here, a top-down increasing triangle, to a square, and instead I'm going to go from those little mini squares in the center to creating a top-down mini triangle of that striped stitch for the corners. So this is the square, and it's increasing out like the baby blanket version of Brooklyn. And instead, I'm going to make this style in a triangle that's top down increasing to fill up those holes. And once I fill up those holes with those half motifs, then I'll be able to continue on in the color that I did the borders here, which is stone. I'll make a final edging around the whole rectangle. Once the edge is smoothed out, I'll be able to put an edging around the whole thing. So the reason I backburnered it is because I really wasn't sure what made the most sense in these little pockets. So now that I feel comfortable knowing what I want to put there, now I can get moving on it again. Let's see. Thank you, Cindy. Hi, Steve. No, Marcia, the yellow crochet top is in Be So Sporty. I just answered that, so I better answer it again because I know that it's very easy to get misinformation when someone else says it Otherwise, this one is in Be So Sporty yarn. This is Be So Sporty yarn with a 4mm crochet hook. This is Be So Sporty yarn. Brooklyn is Be So Sporty yarn. And Apollonia is Be So Baby yarn. So just want to say it correctly to make sure it gets, make sure I can correct anything going around. Does anybody else like unsweetened cranberry juice? Do you ever buy that bottle of unsweetened cranberry juice? It is the tartest thing. I think I know. I love lemon juice, and I think this is even more tart than lemon juice. Can I repeat what I said about cooking with Marlon? I said that we are just working on planning some more cooking live videos. We don't have anything scheduled yet. I'm trying to figure out a consistent way to get him on schedule. We were going to figure out a day of the week and a time, and I can't seem to get him to be to commit to a certain time, and I think it's professional to do something once a week, same time. So trying to figure out the schedule and working on what kind of things he wants to learn. I've decided that I want to take a different approach, and instead of teaching him what I think he wants to learn, actually asking him what he wants to learn. So I don't have any serious updates about cooking live with Marlon yet, other than we are discussing it again, and he is open to doing it again. So it is more likely to happen now, but I don't have any official update for it yet. So about the cranberry juice, it is so tart. If anybody likes tart things, it's amazing, but I don't drink it full strength. I usually drink, so like this size glass either has sparkling water or still water in it, about this much cranberry juice, a little more than a splash, and then a splash of lemon juice in it as well. And I'll tell you what, if that will wake you up. I just want to do the cooking thing right and want to do right by Marlon, so we've just got a little more planning to do and a little more logistics to figure out, but ultimately it's very exciting, and it's really exciting to get him involved again. Still trying to convince him that he should do a series with me on learning to knit or crochet, or both. Making with Marlon or learning with Marlon, wouldn't that be fantastic? And maybe teach him how to make all sorts of things, anything, right? So I would really like to do a series like that, but can't seem to get him to wrap his head around it. He's afraid that he'll look silly, and I know he's interested. He's just, it's Mom. So I figure if we can start with cooking first, maybe we can move on to other things as well. Yeah, but that's my wish. I think that would be so fun. It does sound yummy to you, Joyce. Yeah, if you like tart things, it's absolutely wonderful. And it's healthy, too. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I'm excited to get Marlon back on the channel, too. Back in front of the camera. Steve, this is Be So Fine Bling Yarn in colorway Key West. My earrings are also in Be So Fine Bling Yarn. This is the Kelly earrings, and this is Giada shawl. The name of the shawl I'm wearing is the Giada shawl. If you scroll back, there have been several links added to the live chat. You can also find it in my crochet pattern shop on my website. I don't have a crochet along scheduled right now, Deb Johnny, but there will be another one. Probably in September or in the fall. If you go to my crochet pattern shop, you'll recognize it right away. It'll be at the top of the page. I always put the most recent patterns at the top of the page, and this is definitely one of the most recent ones. You can find it there. You could also find video tutorials for it here on my YouTube channel. It's Giada, G-I-A-D-A. And in the video description of the tutorial videos, you can also find the pattern that way. Oh, it's fun to have lots of projects at the same time, right? And then we can always back burner stuff when something else becomes more exciting. The best way to be creative, in my opinion, is to have fun. And so whatever it takes to have fun. If you need 5 projects so that you pick which one's the most fun every day. Wow, I pronounced your name right. Wonderful. What nationality is your name? I do speak several languages, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I always know how to pronounce someone's names. There's way more languages out there than I know how to speak. Maybe it was just luck. Pretty good with Latin languages though, but I'm not sure what national. Oh, you're Indian. I don't speak any Indian languages, but I'm glad that I pronounced your name correctly. That's wonderful. Judy needs more back burners. That's okay too. That's okay too. Martina's almost done with the Giada shawl. That's wonderful. How exciting. I hope you're enjoying making the edging. I thoroughly enjoyed the edging. I want to do it on other projects. I definitely want to use it again. See if there's any more questions. I think we covered everything today. I think we covered all my show and tells. I think I talked about everything I brought out today. Hopefully. If not, we'll save it for tomorrow. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes with me. I hope you enjoyed all my show and tells, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time,